Hello, my friends. This is Dr. Ginny Barrow. Today, I have a microlearning for you. Every week, when I host my Fearless Leadership Mastermind, I pull a card from one of the decks that one of my clients gifted me. It's the Affirmator cards. And I usually shuffle the cards, part them in two, and pick a card from the split. And here's the card that came up for us this week: abundance. So I'm going to read it to you, and then we're going to dive a little bit into abundance, what it could look like in your life, and what prevents you from receiving the abundance. So the card says, congratulations. It seems you're due for an infinite big piece of abundance pie. Feel like you don't deserve it? Knock it off. It's already plated and ready to hit your table. Reluctant to take it? Come on. Abundance pie is big enough to serve everyone. So get your whipped cream ready, unless you're lactose intolerant, and enjoy your well-deserved metaphorical dessert. What is abundance and what does it look like in your life? The best way for me to describe it is to give you an example. For me, I look at abundance in my physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. So in my physical well-being, I think of myself as being healthy, vibrant, energetic, having a positive mindset when it comes to my emotional state, feeling good about in my own skin, feeling good about what I'm doing, about how I'm showing up to my work, to meet with my clients, how I am unleashing my potential. That's my abundance around my emotional well-being. My spiritual well-being, I feel connected every time that I meditate and I take time for myself to self-care. I feel that I'm abundantly giving myself the space to be, to feel, to connect, to center myself. Those are examples of abundance in the physical, emotional, and spiritual world for me. What about you? What does abundance, when you have whatever it is that you desire in big amounts, and it doesn't have to be necessarily like money, of course, although abundance in money and physical abundance that way is extremely important, because that way we don't have to worry about how we're going to pay the bills this month, etc. But when you think about what blocks abundance in your life, I want to talk about this next. What usually blocks abundance in our lives is a very, very chaotic mind. So let's start with our beliefs. Do you believe that you deserve abundance? And the word deserving is kind of a word that I'm not crazy about, because who deserves to be abundant and who deserves to be healthy and who deserves to have money, right? Like, I believe everybody deserves that. I don't think you need to earn it. However, I know that in the world that we live in, we don't have money just because we wish it, right? We typically work for money and we earn money. So in terms of abundance, when it comes to what would block it from our belief system, is a belief that we don't deserve it, that we're not good enough. Who are we to have it? My family didn't have it, then why would I have it? It's just bad luck. Those are all beliefs that will block your abundance. The next thing after that is your thoughts, right? The thoughts that we think about. And so when we are not clear in our thoughts as to what does my compelling future look like? What would an abundant future look like for me, physically, emotionally, and spiritually? If we don't have clarity, if we don't give ourselves the time to figure out what that would look like for us, we're not going to create the abundance in our lives, because we're not clear what that is. The other way in which we can block abundance is by the words that we use. Notice the words that you are using in your life about your health. Oh, I'm never going to be fit. Oh, I'm never going to be healthy. Oh, that's just the way it is, right? It is what it is. So many of us say that. Well, it is what it is until it isn't, because we can change it. But what helps us think that way is the growth mindset, where we believe that we have ability to change, the capacity to change as human beings, versus it's fixed mindset. Nothing's going to change, everything's doom and gloom, and we are done. So that's another way in which we can block abundance, by using words that are not conducive to receiving abundance in our lives. And the last thing that I'm going to mention that's going to block your abundance is your actions. If we don't take action toward our compelling future and creating that future, whether that is looking at the new opportunities that are available around you, putting yourself out there, learning how to create an elevator pitch so when you're networking virtually, you can express your value to the people who you're meeting. If you're not becoming an expert in your field, if you don't self-develop and you're basically coasting, hoping that you can last until you retire, we are going to be in a lot of trouble, because we know that, especially now in COVID, that we have accelerated the speed of automation. So jobs that were typically done by a human are going to be automated if they haven't already. And if we don't reskill and retool as leaders and as professionals, we're going to be left behind. And before we know it, we'll wake up and we will be out of a job and we won't know what to do next. So if you're watching this video, it's for a reason. How are you blocking abundance in your life? And what will you do to align your beliefs, your thoughts, your words, and your action to attract abundance in the way that you see it for yourself, not the way that someone else sees it for you? So that's my micro learning for the day. The challenge is to reflect on that last question. And I hope that you enjoy this training. And if you want to leave me a comment, I would love to hear what you think about the concept of abundance. And if you want to connect with me and learn how to move forward with clarity, the clear next steps, and a roadmap to your compelling future, you can reach me at callwithginny.com. I'll see you soon.